Schneider Electric is the leader in digital transformation for efficiency and automation. We have two big businesses, energy management and industrial automation. In 2023, we generated about 36 billion euro revenue, and we operate with 150,000 employees around the globe. So sustainability is really at the heart of everything we do in Schneider Electric. We have plenty of intermediate targets, but the most important is to be net zero over the value chain by 2050. We're so lucky to be in one of the flagship buildings of the future. It's called Intensity. It's located in Grenoble in the French Alps. And it consumes 1/10 of the energy of an average European building. So for Schneider Electric, if we compare the entire scope 1 and 2, so that means the emissions of the 150 plants, the 80 distribution center, 1,000 office buildings around the globe, and all of the fleet, the emission of all this is 33 times smaller than the emission of what we buy. If we want to be serious about supply chain decarbonization, we need to embark our suppliers into that journey.
So Henkel is a leading global player in the consumer space. We offer hair care products and laundry detergents. And on the industrial side, our offering includes adhesives, sealants, and functional coatings. Sustainability is really in our DNA at Henkel. In fact, we've been talking about sustainability for a long time, as early as the early 1990s. You're looking at a circuit board here. This is a test board, and Schneider Electric produces a lot of them. They go into their equipment, and we offer more than 400 different products to them. One of these products is what we call, this yellow dot here, is a thermal gap filler. Makes it more reliable and ultimately improves the performance of Schneider Electric's products in their life cycle.
Henkel is not so typical because they already did great things in terms of decarbonization. We have about 53,000 suppliers in Schneider Electric. Most of them are further behind. So we decided to launch in 2021 the Zero Carbon Project. The project is aiming to reduce the operational emission of our suppliers, which means their scope 1 and 2, which is part of our scope 3, by 50% by 2025. What was critical for us was to make this program as simple as possible for suppliers so that we maximize the engagement. We decided to divide it in 3 phases. Phase 1 is about analytics, basically measuring the carbon footprint of the suppliers. Phase 2 is about ambition, setting the target. And it's important and critical to engage your supplier that they set their own target, they own that target. And moving quickly the supplier into the most important and critical phase, which is the action, which we divided into energy efficiency, which is the first lever you have to use because it's also generating cost savings, electrification, and renewable, which is probably the biggest impact lever.
So from our experience, there's a few elements to the Zero Carbon Project that really stand out. It's very collaborative. It's not a top-down approach where a customer tells you need to achieve something by a certain point of time. It's a dialogue, it's a conversation around it, it's best practice sharing. What is also leading edge is the involvement of the entire supply base. The fact that it's really not just a one-to-one conversation between one supplier and the customer, but that we're involving the ecosystem, that we're involving the broader industry. Being a little bit ahead of the curve in terms of our activities on sustainability, it was a really good opportunity for us to share this with a broader audience and trigger positive change in the industry.
The Zero Carbon Project is by no means the end. It's actually the very first step to engage aggressively our suppliers into decarbonization logic and a decarbonization journey. Now, to achieve our ultimate target, which is to be net zero by 2050 over the value chain, much more needs to be done. And we start aggressively working on that right now.